He's got the toys. He's got showmanship. And he's got sex appeal. Ladies and gentlemen, from the great Southwest, here's the guru of gadgets, the dapper and dashing Don Baine, the Gadget Professor. Gadget Professor.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Gadget Professor. My name is Don Baine, and of course, I am the Gadget Professor. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. We're now heard in 167 countries around the world, and I am very proud of that. Tonight, we're coming to you live and in color late tonight, actually. We got into the studio. It's about 6:30 p.m. Arizona time, and we're going to crunch this baby out for you and post it real soon. So if you're new to the Gadget Professor, welcome. I'm so happy that you come every Thursday evening. We have a brand new episode that gives you a little bit of tech news, a little bit of tech guru stuff, some free software, some free apps, and we have a product to review. And if we look at camera 2, we'll see that we have some very interesting power packs. These are a little off the beaten path, and we'll take a quick look at those a little later on. So, of course, everybody knows how to deal with the Gadget Professor. You can see me on the Roku box, the Boxy Box, Samsung TV, iPad, iPod, iTunes, all that stuff. You can check me out anytime at thegadgetprofessor.com. Scroll down on thegadgetprofessor.com, click on the newsletter, put your email address in, and every Thursday night, as soon as the episode is posted, bam, in your inbox, you will get the show notes, and the show notes basically have all the URLs and tell you everything you need to know about that particular episode. Everything's hot linked, and you just click on it. So everything I'm talking about from now on will be in the show notes. So you can follow me on Facebook anytime. I just posted a bunch of cool photos on Facebook, Facebook forward The Gadget Professor. You could like me. I'd like you to like me. I'd like to like you. Also answer some questions if you want to put them on Facebook for me. So check that out. And of course, you can email me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. That's thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. And if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at @GadgetProfessor, @GadgetProfessor. And if you really want to get into gadgets, check out my Rebel Mouse page. That would be rebelmouse/Gadget Professor, and you'll see every kind of gadget that comes out almost within the hour. Thousands of them. This page changes all day long, so check that out. Again, it's in the show notes. So let's start off the show kind of like we've been starting off the last several weeks, hacking. Well, it turns out that some companies have been hacked, hotels that we've heard of, but it's kind of a weird thing. You've heard of the hotels, but you've never heard of the company who manages the credit transactions for these hotels. That company would be called White Lodging, which means nothing to me. But if you do a little research, it's pretty easy to find. This article will be on the show notes. White Lodging, a company that maintains Hilton. We've heard of them. Marriott. I've heard of Marriott. Sheraton, Westin, all these hotel franchises. They have apparently suffered a data breach that exposed guests' credit cards and debit cards information in 2013, according to an independent researcher, Brian Krebs. I'll let the article up to you to read. It's quite fascinating, but boy, I'll tell you, you got to be real careful today because I don't think there's anything that's secure. Speaking of nothing being secure, I will play just a teeny bit of this. I'm pulling this off real quick. Mike doesn't know I'm going to run a video, but I'll post it on the internet, obviously on my show notes. But this was on NBC. All visitors to Sochi Olympics immediately hacked. This is really cool. I'm only going to play a second or two of it.
The opening ceremony is this coming
Let's make it a little bit louder for you.
begin on Thursday, 2 days from now, with 3 early events in prime time. As tourists and families...
Okay, well, you really can't hear this loud, but essentially what's going on here is major broadcast and NBC talks about the probability, no, the possibility, no, the fact that you're going to get hacked as soon as you land in Russia. What they did, and you got to watch this on YouTube, it's about 3 minutes. They bought brand new iPhones, brand new iPods. They brought Androids. They bought a couple Windows 7 machines, and I don't know, about 6 or 7 different types of devices. Brought them brand new in the box to Russia, opened them up when they got to their hotels in various places. They also brought two security experts, two computer security experts with them. And as soon as they turned their phone on, within seconds, like 2 seconds, the security experts saw a piece of malware being downloaded as it hooked up to the internet, and that immediately put some spyware and malware on the phone, on the computer, on every single device, and essentially every conversation, everything that you typed, your bank information, your phone calls, whatever you were doing on your device, whether it be phone or computer or iPad or iPod or anything, was instantly tracked and logged. So they can't even prevent it from being hacked. It's not a question of if, it's the second you turn it on, and this is brand new equipment. So fascinating article, and it's scary as hell, because if they're doing it there, they're doing it everywhere. So just, again, I'm just trying to point this stuff out so you can be as cautious as you can. Again, speaking of spying and hacking, I don't know where this world's going to, but is your boss watching you? Surveillance device tracks employees' movements in the office, sends details of conversation, and even their toilet breaks. Are you kidding me? This is Hitachi Business Microscope. It monitors staff movements around the office, records details of where and how long the employees chat while on work time. It also monitors how energetic the conversations are among staff members, and it will even follow you, excuse me, to the toilet, checking how long you spend there. This goes on and on. This is what the device looks like, and essentially it's like a badge type of thing that is going to just clip on, that you'll have to wear when you come to work. It is frightening. It also goes on, you can see from the charts here that, excuse me, it actually takes a bionic wavelength pattern, and it cross-platforms it with everybody else in the office so they can see if the general mood is energetic or not. They watch every single step. This is a frightening piece of equipment, and I'm afraid it's going to be standard procedure anymore, but you definitely want to make a point of reading this article to make your hair stand up. I read it, I couldn't believe it, but I've checked it out in several different places. It's true. Now, last week I had a review or a rant, if you will, of the Hisense Pulse Media Box, which you know how I felt about that. But now what I just found out, and actually it was posted today, February 6, 2014, I will have it on the show notes, but Chromebox, that's interesting. The best meetings are face-to-face. We can brainstorm openly, collaborate closely, and make faster decisions, blah, 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 blah. Instant meeting room, simpler and faster meetings with anyone. They are making a new Chromebox, and they've also opened up the Chromecast stick, is now open to developers. Well, who cares? Well, I'll tell you what. The fact that they opened it up to developers, they gave them the code, means that it's an open source now, and anybody who has an idea can write a program because it's open source, and guess what? There'll be third-party apps, fourth-party apps, and everybody will be able to contribute to the overall general purpose and use and enjoyment of the Chromecast stick. So that is huge, and I think they're on the right track. And it amazes me how Google has just fallen flat in their face with their Google TV. But I think there's hope, and maybe they're recircling the ranch. But very interesting article again, and I think there's still hope. I love the Chromecast stick; it works great. And now with this Chromebox, it's not going to be too much longer till you see competition, real competition to the Roku box and the Boxy box and the WD and all the boxes that are out there. I'm expecting big things to happen, particularly now since they've opened up the source code to developers. So check that out. And now, what you're all waiting for, I know everybody likes the free apps and the free software, so I've dug out a good one for you today. This is made by a company called Sophos, and they make all types of security equipment, and they have paid versions, paid models of everything I'm talking about, but they also have free versions, which is what I'm talking about now. Sophos Mobile Security for your Android. Our Sophos Mobile Security app protects your Android device without reducing performance or battery life. Using the up-to-minute intelligence from Sophos Labs, we automatically scan apps as you install them. It scans all your Android apps for malware, loss, theft, or protection with remote lock and wipe detection from the cloud with Sophos Labs intelligence. So that's one product they have, free. Another one, antivirus for your Mac Home Edition, free. Another one, virus removal tool. Our free virus removal tool is a quick and easy way to find and get rid of any threats lurking on your computer. Our tool identifies and cleans up infections of your antivirus may have missed. It supports Windows XP and up, and it works alongside your existing antivirus software, which is very unusual. Usually they say only have one antivirus software loaded on your machine, not 2 or 3. But this one apparently will work in conjunction with it. I don't think I've seen that, but check that out. They're free. They also have a couple more pieces of a software that are free that are good. This UTM Home Edition is a wonderful firewall, free, and they have some other stuff there. So check all that out. They also have a network security scan that's free, and they make good stuff. Now, here's an interesting gadget from one of my favorite companies, Monoprice. If you're buying any kind of a cable, phono jack, HDMI, you're buying monster cables for your speakers, any kind of AV cable, you really want to buy them at Monoprice for 3 reasons. 1, they're the cheapest around. 2, everything's warranted for life. If you have any problem, anytime you pick up the phone, they don't even ask. They just say, what's your name and your address? What was your old order number? They'll send you out a new one, just like that, for free. I love that company. And third, when I was at CES, I actually met the president, vice president, and I have an interview, and I'll be putting that up shortly. I have so many interviews from CES, I haven't logged them on my Facebook page, or maybe I'll put them on my Rebel Mouse page, but there's a lot of cool stuff there. Anyway, Monoprice is a great company. If you go on Monoprice and check out home automation, this looks like a 6-outlet power strip, but it's not. What this is it's a home automation unit, and what it does is it's a surge protector, which is good. It will protect your equipment from any surges in the power. And this essentially, one of the 6 outlets is on all the time. It will never turn off. It's constantly on. 2 of those 6 are connected by timers, and the other 3 are under the near field control. It's called NF control. And what that is actually a Bluetooth protocol, which the connection allows you to hook up free app on your iPhone or your iPad, and you can control that via your computer. So when something turns on or when something turns off, and you have what's called macros. So you can make all kinds of elaborate programming schemes on this outlet to turn things on and off. It's a very cool product, and it's not that expensive for what it does. It's $40.74, and the app is free. So check that out. I found it quite interesting. This week I had 2 emails just by chance of saying, hey, Gadget Professor, what do you recommend? I'm broke, I got no money, but I have a ton of photographs and I'd like to share them with my friends and family. What do you recommend? Well, I recommend Picasa. I've talked about this once or twice before. It's totally free. They have a new version, 3.9, and it will now share with Google Plus, and it will also allow you to tag your photos. So check that out. Again, it will be in the show notes. It works real well, and you'll be able to share your photos anytime, anywhere, with anybody. If you want to spend a little bit of money, and it's about $40 a year for the basic program and $60 for the professional. If you do a lot of photography and you really want it to look nice, you want to impress your business associates or your friends, and you want access to it anywhere, and it really looks good, I still recommend and use SmugMug. I've been a SmugMug member since it's been founded, and it's probably about 5-6 years now, and they give you all kinds of absolutely exquisite pre-formatted templates. They have a video here. I'm not going to run it. You can do it yourself, but they make your photos just in an incredibly, they do such a nice job because the templates are professionally produced, and you can just click a button and see what you like. The background changes color, the style, the SmugMug style, the journal style, thumbnail, collage, pretty much whatever you can imagine is already there, and then you have the ability to go in and further customize. So if you're really into photography and really into sharing your photos and making some things private, some things public, some things accessible only by password to certain people, SmugMug is my #1 recommendation for sure. And now what I'd like to do is go immediately, if not sooner, to the gadget of the day, and we can check that out on camera too. And essentially what we see here is 2 devices. They're both put out by the Anker company. It's actually called iAnker, and right here we have the 5600 milliamp backup power supply, external power supply. And over here, we have what this is called the Astro, and this is called the Mini. And I got these actually on a deal with Amazon. We'll talk about that in a minute. And let's take a review of both of these units and see what they look like. We'll stay on camera too, and basically this is the box, and what you get in the box is the charger, which is quite small, not heavy at all. You're going to get the power cord. There's no power pack, but you just get the USB adapter. You're going to get a little sack that this will fit into, and of course you get the instructions and all that stuff. So that's essentially what comes with it. Now, how does this work and why is it neat? Well, there's a button right here that you can see. I think you can see it. There you go. And then underneath it, you'll see 4 lights. So first of all, I want to know if it's charged. So I click it once, and you'll immediately see the 4 lights light up, which means it's fully charged. At that point, all you need to do is to plug in the USB right here and plug your device into the other end. This will power an iPad, an iPod, an iPhone, the Droid, all that stuff. It's 5600 milliamps, which is very good. I don't like buying a power supply, an external power supply that has less than 5,000. This has 5600 milliamps, so that's all good. It's light, it's portable, and what I liked about this in particular is that if you hold your thumb down on the on and off switch, you see a light. That's a pretty powerful LED light, and this is real handy if you want to put this in your purse or your pocket and want to see where you're going at night, or see your car keys, or how to get into your house, or just a light in general. It's a very handy device to have there. If you click again, it goes off, and that's pretty much it. The way you charge this is on the side here, there's a mini USB port, and that actually, obviously, the cable comes with you. There's no power supply that's offered to you in the box, of course, so you just plug this into a computer or any standard 5-volt USB power pack. They're all the same, so that pretty much takes care of that. Now, the deal that I got was for 29 bucks, and they gave you this, which is 29 bucks, and then they threw this little, what I call the cigarette lighter type. This is the Mini, the Astro Mini, and they threw that in for free, which is great. And I'm going to probably give this to my wife or my daughter, and maybe if Wildman Mike's nice to me, I might give it to his wife. That's what I'll do. So this is a very cool device. It looks like a giant lipstick container. It's very well made. It's like high-grade aluminum. It feels very nice. It comes in multiple colors, as you can see. This happens to be silver. And again, it's very simple. It comes with a power cord. It comes with another sack, and it comes with instructions, which is all cool. And here is your USB port that supplies power. Now, this particular device is only 300 milliamps, so it's not going to power a big computer, but it gives you about 9 hours backup on a phone, which is plenty. And also on the top here, you can see this small jack again, which is how you would power it. There's no power supply at all with this. You'd plug this into the computer, or you'd plug one end to the stick and the one end obviously into the power pack. Again, a standard 5-volt pack will work. And the only thing that's kind of funky about this is right there. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a very small switch. And I don't know if you can see that green. I'm trying to hold this so you can see the green. It's lit. And what's supposed to happen is if you push this, it's supposed to go off. So let's go back to camera 1. Now, what happened is these are brand new. I just opened them up. And I charged this up, and when it's fully charged, this light will come on. When I received this is only on the Astro Mini, this light was out. And when I turned it on, it went to yellow, which means it needs to be charged. So I charged it up, and the light went green. And truth of the matter is it stayed green for the last 3 days. It has not gone out, which I think is weird. Plus, it's using power. Not a lot of power, but it's still using power. And it seems to me that this light should go off, because when you click the switch, the green light goes on, and it means that it goes on. So what I did is I actually called the folks at Anker. They answered real quick, so they get a grade A for tech support, and told the gentleman that it's brand new. I just opened it up and told him the problem. The green light stays on and won't go off. He said, no. You should click that. After 10 seconds, this should go off, or if you click the switch, it should go off. And I said, it hasn't gone off for 3 days. He said, okay. He said, where did you buy it? So I said, I didn't remember. I think I either bought it on Daily Steals or I bought it on Amazon. I just didn't remember. So he immediately said, if you've bought it from Daily Steels, you're on your own. You got to call Daily Steels because they're not authorized to sell Anker. If you bought it from Amazon, they are authorized, so you need to know where you bought it. So I said, well, that's easy enough. So easiest one is to go on Amazon. I went on my Amazon account and boom, clear enough, I bought it there. And I remember after I saw it that I bought it because I remember I got both of these devices for $29, which was a great deal. So he said, okay, they are a supported, authorized reseller, and we will take care of it, meaning Anker will take care of it for you. I could have sent it back to Amazon, but I thought it might be something technical where I got to double click it or hold it for 20 seconds. I just didn't know. Plus I wanted to check out to see how good their tech support was so I could report back to the Gadget Professor fans. So long story short, he said, if you bought it from Daily Steels, I wouldn't be able to help you. You'd have to go back from them. If you buy from Daily Steels, they're pretty good, but returning stuff sometimes could be problematic. Most of the time it's not. Amazon, it's never a problem. It's the easiest place in the world to return something to. They get straight A's for me. These guys were good. As soon as I said it was Amazon, he said, hold on. He actually was able to go into my Amazon account, check my name, had my phone number, my address, the whole bit, and he said, yep, I see the order here. He said, this is guaranteed for 2 years, which I thought was incredible. And he said, I will send you a new one. It will go out today, and I'll send you an email, and you can throw this one away or keep it or do whatever you want with it. Sorry for the inconvenience. The second I hung up the phone, I was checking my email. I would say within 30 seconds, I got the confirmation email with the UPS shipping notice that it will be arriving in a day or two. Couldn't ask for anything better than that, so I got an extra power pack that actually stays on, but it works great. So I would give them a very good rating in terms of customer service. I'm very pleased with this. It works good. It's small. I like the light. If you go to Amazon now, the only thing that is unfortunate, and it's not that big of a deal, is they stopped the special. This is now this one is now $27, and you don't get anything with it. But if you check on Amazon, particularly for external batteries, you'll find there's always a company running a special 2 for 1, and they're great deals. And they only run them for a week. They don't announce them. You just got to be lucky and hit it. So I like these power supplies. The only other thing that I would comment on is a couple weeks ago, if you remember, I reviewed this one, which was my charge. Now, this one is 5600 milliamps. This one is 6000. Not big difference in size. This is much easier to carry around. This has 400 milliamps more. Is it going to make a difference at the end of the day? I don't think so. This had the, if you remember, the built-in USB connectors. I love that. I love that. No light on this, but this also had the USB, and as you recall, another phenomenal feature is you can just plug it in the wall. So this really is a better power supply. However, this is $63 opposed to this one being $27. So you're paying better than double for it. So you have to decide what features work for you and what features don't. But they all work pretty well. So I hope you enjoyed today's episode. I appreciate you tuning in. Tell your mother, tell your father, tell all your friends to tune in to the Gadget Professor. We'll see everybody next Thursday. Thanks for tuning in.
The Gadget Professor is produced by Don Baine, Multimedia Communications, LLC. If you would like your product reviewed on The Gadget Professor or would like to appear on The Gadget Professor, contact us via email at thegadgetprofessor@gmail.com. The opinions expressed on the program by the host, guests, call-in listeners, or chatters are solely the opinions of the original source who expressed them. And thank you for watching The Gadget Professor.